Virginia State, Virginia State, hail, hail, hail. Ooh, didn't see you there. Greetings and salutations, my unfinished fam. It is I, soon to be Dr. Jones, or you can just save your breath and call me Chelsea. Today, I'm going to take you through what it's truly like to have the HBCU experience and how it fully prepared me for my PhD. First and foremost, subscribe to my channel right now, or I'm not going to unlock the well-kept secrets of an HBCU experience. And if you don't follow me on the Instagram or the Twitter, I'm darn sure not going to tell you what happens on Wednesdays in HBCU. We cool? You ready? Bet. At this point, I've said HBCU 6 times. How about I tell you what it means? HBCU is an acronym for Historically Black Colleges and Universities. No, I did not say Black people's school, nor did I say white people can't go there. If that's what you heard, you need to take a Q-tip and clean the ignorance out of your ears. A school is deemed historically Black not because there's a restriction on what race you have to be admitted, but because what these schools represented when they were first founded. Namely, higher learning establishments where Black U.S. citizens were allowed to pursue post-secondary schooling in a safe and nurturing environment. But they weren't just restricted to Black people. They were founded on the belief that everyone deserved access to a college. Also, you wouldn't be able to just get a whole bunch of money together and start an HBCU tomorrow. It had to have been founded before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and it's 2021, so just take that money and donate it to an existing HBCU, okay? Thanks. To date, there are about 107 HBCUs, where the majority are located on the East Coast. In a later video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to find the right HBCU for you, but today it's all about me and mine. So drop any questions below that you may have about how to find the right HBCU match for you, okay? Based on a study that I conducted by gathering my own experiences and opinions, I found results to support that my HBCU is the best HBCU on this planet. I used an alpha level of 0.05, so I know my results are significant. Have y'all guessed what school I went to yet? I haven't said it this entire time, and I think I'm getting hives from not saying it. Okay. I went to the illustrious Virginia State University, VSU, known as the College on the Hill and the Land of Troy, was founded in 1882 as a land-grant university. The US's first fully state-supported 4-year HBCU, mind you. Let's talk about my experience. I originally didn't want to go to Virginia State. My dream school was actually Hampton University, which is another HBCU, and then it changed to Virginia Commonwealth University after a campus visit. However, fate would have it that I go to VSU, and thank you, fate, because those 4 years were some of the best of my life. I'm not saying that it was easy and that every day was cake, but the people that I met and the experiences that I had taught me more than any tuition could charge.
Wait, Chelsea, dang! Tell us what your HBC experience was like already. Give us some details, come on!
Oh, calm down. I'm getting to it now. Let's start off with this: the ability to choose your friends. This may sound weird, but it's actually very rare and quite unique in my opinion. I'm at a predominantly white institution, or PWI, right now, and I find it quite difficult making genuine connections with people that look like me on campus. Why? For one, I'm a grad student who has little time, and two, it's because I'm in a situation where I feel like if I meet another Black person, I have to be friends with them because of our scarcity on campus. At VSU, this wasn't the case. Majority of the population on campus was Black, so most of the friendships that I made weren't out of survival or necessity. They were because we had common interests. For example, I joined the 10 Tigers, an on-campus Taekwondo dojo led by a math faculty member who is also a very highly skilled martial artist. A number of the Tigers were also in STEM fields. It felt like a safe space where I can share my fears and aspirations because of our common interests and experiences as STEM students and Black Americans who enjoyed learning martial arts. I want to emphasize the fact that our Taekwondo master was a Black American man in math. You don't see that at PWIs, and surprisingly, it was a bit lacking at my HBCU too. Even though we are an HBCU, this doesn't shield us from the fact that Black people are grossly underrepresented in STEM fields, especially math. I was fortunate enough to have a Black woman as my department head and Black math faculty and staff all around me, but the higher level math and stats courses that I had to take, there were none, save for the one Black African professor that I had. All the other professors were either white, Asian, or Middle Eastern. This is the same demographic that I face in my current program, but it's not the same. At Virginia State, the faculty and staff have a certain je ne sais quoi. The best way that I can describe it as is they have a built-in mentoring capability with a love capacity that you can only get from grandma cookies. Honestly, even though none of the math classes that I took were taught by Black people, I still felt like the professors that I had acknowledged the strives of Black Americans and did what they could to support, encourage, and ensure my success. One last piece on the academics, and then I'm going to get into the real talk. So, as you know by now, HBCUs have a large pool of Black Americans pursuing higher degrees. This makes our campuses a recruiting target for companies and organizations, not to mention grants. So, as companies aim to increase their diversity, they often look to HBCUs. They recognize the talent that we foster in our communities and they want a piece of this Black excellence. All right, academics are covered. Now, let's get into VSU culture. When I visit another HBCU, the top two places that I make note of are the yard and the student union. If you know, you know, but if not, let me explain. The yard is best described as a place of fellowship typically found outdoors in a large open area. This is a location on campus where Greeks, organizations, and all students come together on any given day at any given time to turn up or just enjoy each other's vibes. Every HBCU yard looks different, but the purpose and the atmosphere are usually the same. This also goes for the student union. If the weather is being disrespectful, people would usually move into the student union to hang out. At VSU, Foster Hall was always a place that I can go to sit down and enjoy the company of others. Even if I went there by myself and stayed to myself, it still felt like I was at a family gathering. This may sound like something you could find on any university campus, but I bet you they didn't have a random DJ out there playing lit music. Our campus also had another place that had the yard vibes, which was the Fountain of Knowledge. With the quote, "I want a place where all may go to drink from the fountain of knowledge" by the college's founder, Alfred Harris, this was a place that you could stop and rest on your way to or from class, and it was a waiting spot for the extra department's bus. It's one of the landmarks to visit on campus. Just don't walk over it because you never know when they're going to cut it on. Also, let me not forget, do not, and I mean do not, step on any of the Trojan heads while you're there. If you do, you're guaranteed not to graduate on time. This is serious, guys, and I mean it. Virginia State was also known as a party school back in the day. Every weekend, there was guaranteed a gathering of youngsters with some fun juice. Off campus though, since VSU is technically a dry campus. There's so much that I want to tell you about my home, VSU, but I don't want this video to be longer than the movie Roots, so I'll cut it short and end it here. But before I let you off the hook, I do want to share this tidbit with you. Just because an HBCU focuses on Black students doesn't mean that it's restricted in cultural experiences. In another video, I'm going to share my experiences that made going to an HBCU such a life-changing move. If you want to know anything in particular, leave me a comment below. Thank you for letting me share my love of Virginia State University with you. I can't wait to share more with you again soon. Until then, I look forward to drink from thy fount, clear and sparkling. Hail State.